Now, some people might think that Pennsylvania is a charming state with its quaint small towns, rolling hills, and rich history. But let us tell you, those people are wrong. Dead wrong.
First of all, have you ever tried finding something to do in Pennsylvania? Good luck with that. There's nothing to do here. It's like the state is trying to bore you to death. And don't even get started on the food. Sure, we have some great options like Philly cheesesteak and soft pretzels, but let's be real. Most of the food here is just mediocre at best. And if you really wanted a soft pretzel, just go to Auntie Anne's. # not sponsored. But it's not just the lack of entertainment that makes Pennsylvania the worst. No, it's also the people. Have you ever met a Pennsylvanian? They're dull, uninteresting, and always talk about their favorite sports teams. It's like they have nothing else to be proud of. Speaking of sports, the real kicker is the sports teams. The Eagles can't seem to get their act together, and the Phillies are always a disappointment. And don't even get me started on the 76ers. They're like a roller coaster, always up and down. This boringness doesn't just apply to the people either. One of the biggest issues with Pennsylvania is the lack of cultural diversity. No matter where you go, you'll see the same chain stores and fast food restaurants. There's no sense of individuality or uniqueness. It's like the state is one giant cookie-cutter suburb. But it's not just the lack of cultural diversity that's a problem. The state is also incredibly homogenous. Everyone looks the same, talks the same, and thinks the same. It's like living in a sea of conformity. And don't even get me started on the weather. It's always either brutally hot or freezing cold with no in between. In the summers, it's like walking through a sauna even on a mild day. Not to mention the springtime. That's when we get the lovely combination of all three. Yay. But it gets worse. Heard of a little thing called humidity? Yeah, it's definitely not little here. And don't even think about trying to style your hair or putting on makeup. It's a lost cause. Your hair will be a frizzy mess and your makeup will just melt off your face. Humidity, bugs, heat waves, you name it. It's like Mother Nature decided to ruin Pennsylvania just for fun. One of the biggest issues with Pennsylvania is the traffic. Whether you're in the city or the suburb, you can expect to be stuck in a gridlock for hours on end. But it's not just the traffic that's a problem. The drivers themselves are a nightmare. They're always texting people and driving, or going way too fast and cutting people off. And don't even get me started on the people who refuse to use their turn signals. It's like they're trying to kill us all. But it's not just the drivers that are a problem. The pedestrians are just as bad. They'll walk out into the street without looking, or they'll just stop in the middle of the sidewalk to take a selfie. It's like they have no regard for their own safety or the safety of others. But that's not even the worst part. The roads are a disaster. Potholes galore. And go like finding a straight stretch of highway. It's like the state was built on a giant slinky. And forget about trying to use public transportation to escape the madness. It's always overcrowded and unreliable. Let's face it, there's no way to escape the awful transportation issues here. And let's not forget about the politics. No matter which side you're on, you can't deny that the political climate in Pennsylvania is just a mess. It's always one drama or controversy after another. And it's enough to make anyone want to move to a different state. And let's not forget about the education system. The schools are overcrowded and underfunded, and it shows in the test scores. It's like the state doesn't value education at all. But with the underfunded schools, you'd imagine the government can at least put those tax dollars somewhere, right? Right? But joke's on you, the cost of living is sky high with no end in sight. The housing prices are ridiculous and the taxes are through the roof. It's like the state is trying to drive everyone out. So in conclusion, if you want to live a dull life surrounded by boring people, terrible weather, horrendous traffic, then Pennsylvania is a state for you. But if you value your sanity, we suggest you stay far, far away. Thanks for watching, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment which location you'd like to see roasted next.